Hi Leo, welcome into a mid-November 2024 money and career tarot reading. I hope you're doing absolutely amazing out there. We're going to jump right into the tarot and see what is in store for us. We're beginning with the King of Swords. I really feel the remainder of November, regardless of when you're tuning into the specific read, you're being viewed at in this light. Somebody who's very wise, educated, knowledgeable, experienced in easily accomplishing, easily even assisting, helping other people while assisting yourself in making that money. I do sense that you're maybe finding this coming to light or just being digested appropriately, maybe even a bit of jealousy for some coming into play because of how easily and well you're doing something. Naturally it could be through an online presence or business, it could be through your job, but regardless, you're finding that this at certain points is in the midst of a situation that has some, if not full, bad energy, right? Maybe competition, confrontation. I do sense that you're as well, for whatever reason, if not several reasons, thinking about who you don't fit in with, right? Maybe even in regards to part of, if not that full job situation or maybe a housing situation, because that's an investment, right? Where you don't feel you fit in, okay? Now they're saying you will be, all the meanwhile, gaining a ton of attention in the remainder of November. People are paying close attention to this Leo collective energy and how you're navigating, migrating, accomplishing, who and what you're avoiding. I even sense that somebody in a job situation is gaining discovery or just a negative attention in regards to how you're going about something, but then Spirit's saying if that's coming to be at certain points, it's because they're jealous or just negative or moody or trying to aim for more for themselves in such a negative manner. You know what I'm saying? Somebody trying to advance themselves, but or make themselves look good in the eyes of those above them. Now, the Emperor card coming out, I feel, Leo, this is a time for you where you're strategizing, you're planning, even if you don't expect to or want to. It's a sense of Spirit pushing you and even you pushing yourself at certain points to get ready, to expect more for yourself, to look around and be grateful and appreciative at certain points will come to be naturally, even more so guided for you. But all the meanwhile, you can't help but feel and remember this isn't all that I'm meant for. This isn't all I'm meant to stick with, acquire, accept. There's a feeling of you accepting your current day situations and reality when it comes to money and career. Your investments in different ways and different levels, but then thinking and again planning, even investigating, looking into options about where you could upgrade as far as the living situation, or maybe even, a job upgrade, or it could be, more you thinking about how to become a successful entrepreneur or more of a successful entrepreneur for those already, running some sort of business or two. But they're saying don't let that get out of hand or go too far. Find the balance in it all, right? If need be, bring yourself back to the present day moment. And again, realign yourself with the appreciation, the gratitude that's helping you even more so manifest everything that your heart desires when it comes to your money and career. There's naturally going to be, in a realistic way, moments of being overly serious, right? Even uptight and needing to kind of loosen up a bit, even though you're not necessarily being encouraged to be overly fake or smiley or bubbly, over exuding yourself. But then there are going to be moments naturally on the other end where you are feeling quite happy and rewarded and successful, and maybe even goofiness and laughter is coming into play, jokes and storytelling. Your ability to as well get along with different types of energies is a huge part of the remainder of November, where say you have you're completely opposite from some coworkers, you're completely opposite from, or at least partially, opposite to that person or people that you live with, or, whatever the case may be. Even I want to say when you're going out and about potentially, or just simply, spending your money on this and that you want and or need, the person that you're greeted by, the person that's cashing you out or assisting you, it's as if you have this strong, mastered ability to easily, effortlessly, organically bond and connect with people, and it's helping you gain opportunity. It's helping you gain this and that of importance within your world. Now, there's small successes in the remainder of November that you need to be looking at as not only super personal and purposeful, but it's all adding up, right? And it's all very much preparation for bigger success in the overall picture of unlimited abundance and prosperity that exists within your world. I did split the deck, and I chose not to take it, but it was interesting how I split it right to the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and they said, flip that over into the upright. And so I feel that's a message in of itself. The World card is now what we're moving on to, and the Queen of Pentacles. So I wouldn't be surprised, and you can, I want to say, for the most part, if not fully, feel it in the way that I'm conveying these messages and, channeling and whatnot. You're quite grounded, all right, at least for the most part. Naturally, certain people's energy at work and or at home or out and about, wherever you're working in your business for some, or shopping, can alter your energy for the worse. Maybe feeling a bit, pulled away from, or that grounded way of being was more so lifted away from you. But they're saying you know how to reground yourself, you know how to rebalance things out within and outside of you to make sure things smoothly proceed. But all the meanwhile, you're finding your world is changing. Now, you may simply at certain points find yourself reflecting upon past change, whether you moved to a new place to live, you shifted into a different department within that company, or shifted back to one, you moved to a new job, you began a business, you added something else on, maybe an expansion for something already existing. You're needing to remember that you have been making the right choices, even when you didn't feel like you had a choice, if that makes sense. It could have been a tower moment, that led to an appropriate, positive, level of renewal, a sense of new life coming back into your world, but also just, I want to say, more comfort, stability, or the potential of which, more success. I can't help but think back, if I never got the text that made me a bit nervous that I had to move from my last place of residence, I wouldn't be in this fantastic new situation. With its faults, it's little imperfections, I want to say, it definitely was an upgrade. And so there's a one, if not multiple, situations like that you're thinking back to. Remember that you as well, and it's kind of interestingly contradicting to what I was just saying to an extent, but you are always in the driver's seat. You know what I mean? Even in the midst of a path that involves certain tower moments and, endings, changes, shifts that you don't feel you're the one, you don't feel like you were initiating them, right? Or are. But you are in the driver's seat in regards to how you manage, cope, balance things out, how you navigate, and just how you handle things to the best of your master ability, okay? Now, the Ace of Swords coming through, you're going to feel like this is a time for you to be gaining clarity, while I want to say providing clarity to other people. You're so connected and guided, being drawn to the specific read, that there are going to be moments, and this has happened to me so many times, where you'll randomly at work, for example, ask a question to somebody higher up than you, or maybe somebody that just would maybe naturally know the answer for whatever reason, because of their position, or being, at that job earlier in the day or the week, before you, whatever. The point is, and then you didn't realize why you were asking in the moment, and then you end up finding someone higher up who will then be impressed by you or need to utilize that information, asks you if you know that, and you just happen to have the answer because you were guided to ask that question to someone else. You know what I'm saying? There are moments like that where Spirit's saying, we're making you look good, okay? We're getting you in alignment with what you're needing to know and be aware of more so, and feel connected to. Somebody needs to understand that if you were meant to be, or are meant to be, promoted within that position, that company, then you will, okay? Or you would have been. Spirit's saying sometimes that things like this that don't end up happening are a blessing in disguise. Somebody's choosing to avoid some kind of upgrade like that would create more Five of Wands energy, Five of Swords energy within your world, and wouldn't bring back enough return to make it worth it. You know what I mean? Even in after a certain period of time, down the line. But you're also thinking about when you once upon a time had to downgrade for a lot, whether it was a smaller place to live. It doesn't have to be viewed at in that sense, but you maybe considered it. Or you went for a job with less pay than you once had or did have in that moment or at that time, or whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Or you started a business after working, for somebody or a company for a long time, and naturally that's not going to be a money-making opportunity right off the bat. For some select individuals out there, yeah, okay, fair enough, but that's rare. Running a business, getting it off the ground takes a hot second before you start to reap the rewards, or at least the financial rewards. And sometimes they're saying you need to put money into something in order to see a return, or at least more of which to see it go the distance. But I wouldn't be surprised if this is a time, Leo, where Spirit is saying very concretely, very powerfully, and confidently, you're meant to go the distance. All right. It feels like you need that reminder at certain points, even though I sense that you at least partially, if not fully, already understand this. When it comes at least to your money and career, it feels like connections are on the back burner, but then there are moments when a connection or two will take a highlight positively. You're not necessarily best friends with that coworker or two, but then the way you guys bond is significant on, I want to say, different levels in different ways, and it's going to be very important that you guys take your heads, your attention, your for some frustration or annoyance away from whatever's at hand in that job, and just bond with each other. You know what I mean? And that even, I feel, helps the atmosphere, the energy for some of the customers or clientele, and you know what I mean, the experience otherwise. Let's keep pulling. I, interestingly enough, put all the cards back into the deck. There's a focus on restarting. It could be accomplishments you're restarting. It could be, a restart in regards to whether it's your money and or career, one if not multiple situations from the past and at this time. And for some, naturally, I wanted to add on the potential for the near future, or the guarantee for the near future. So with that said and done, the Page of Pentacles coming out to support that, because I wouldn't be surprised if you were thinking about new investments, once again, tying back into the Emperor card, wanting to see better for yourself, wanting more for yourself, and naturally going to acquire exactly what is meant for you, and what you even need, along your path moving forward. What is meant for you, Leo, will never pass you by. That goes for the potential upgrades, the potential acquiring, the continuance of something. You know what I mean? Everything is going to happen exactly as it's meant to, with such an immense amount of purpose written all over this reading. You're going to as well find, there's a color on there's a focus on the color black is what I was trying to spit out, as we do have, a very black and silver deck goes being drawn to a black dog. So your formal loyalty to something, if not two different situations at most, is significant. You're coming off very formal, very mature, very confident. I don't know why I'm being drawn to the word pilot, but justice. Any wrongdoing from the recent past, or even dating back for a select few in a job situation, or maybe due to your business within it, you are gaining justice. The truth is coming to light. Okay, people are seeing the facade of somebody negative falling to the wayside, or even remembering what they've learned in that sense, in the past, and you're being viewed at in the right light. You may even be perceived as digested, remembered as a form of justice for other people, for even a situation or two. I love that. The scales are balancing out for you, Leo, and you're going to be looking good in the midst of succeeding and gaining exactly what you want and need all the meanwhile. This is going to be a very powerful, very successful time for you, where you are going to conquer, you will be victorious, and you will be looked at again as this powerful, very wise King of Swords. So I hope this was truly helpful. I'm sending you a ton of love and light. Don't forget to book a personal reading with myself. Everything is down below. I will see you in the next reading.